On this episode of the Cleveland Happy Hour, I had the opportunity to interview Nico Artino. We're going to talk about his story. He's going to show us how to make his favorite version of a Negroni. And we're going to talk about how we've seen the industry react to these difficult and kind of weird times. So enjoy, sit back, grab a drink, and this is the Cleveland Happy Hour. Well, Nico, thank you so much for coming and doing this. Technically, it's episode 3 of the Cleveland Happy Hour. Episode 2 was a interesting one.
It was a fantastic time last week, having like everybody from the new team and the old team show up and be a part of it.
I know you've been an integral part of this most recently.
I'd only been bartending about 6 months before I started working at the Spotted Owl. Before I was asked to come work there, and by no means was I prepared for that. I trained under Sully, and Amy and Terrell were like my main mentors during my first period working at the Spotted Owl.
What have you been doing now? I know this is an awkward time for this whole industry.
I am just like staying in and hunkered down. I'm working on as many projects as I can from home that can help the Spotted Owl, as well as just like home improvement projects here, installing shelves, filling holes, painting, cleaning, organizing.
The drink you're making for us today is the Negroni, and it is obviously it's a very classic cocktail.
All right, so for the Negroni I'm making today, I'm going to be making it based on the ratios that we use at the Spotted Owl. Our ratios for our Negroni are 1 ounce Campari, then we do 1 1/4 sweet vermouth, and then 1 1/4 gin. We found that with the Negroni, when everything is equal parts, it's just a bit too bitter, and it just kind of wrecks the palate. So we upped the vermouth and the gin, and it just gave us a more well-balanced Negroni that was enjoyable from beginning to end. All right, we would usually garnish ours with lemon oils and orange oils.
Is that something that you would drink out? Like, is that one of your go-to beverages, like after work or out and about?
Yes, for the most part, I do, when I go out for cocktails, I just go for classic cocktails. Negroni, Manhattan, 50-50 martini. Just really simple cocktails that most bartenders have in their back pocket and know how to execute very well.
I think that's another thing that I find that a lot of bartenders do that I appreciate is they will order drinks that are 3 ingredients or less or are super simple to make, just because they don't want to be that guy at the bar.
If I'm going out on a Friday or Saturday night, which is very rare, it's usually just a shot and a beer or just a simple like spirit and a wash. So it's usually tonic.
So do you have any rum drinks that you like? I have some rum from Puerto Rico that we've been drinking and trying to.
Daiquiris all day. Just simple shaken daiquiri, sugar, lime juice, rum. It is delicious and I can't get enough of it. Whenever we find that somebody really enjoys one of our cocktails, we have these cocktail cards they can take home with them to replicate the cocktail. If not replicate it, come back and order it again.
I've always been an advocate of bartender or manager or whatever, just don't hold any information hostage. Just give it all out. Providing value to your guest is always a smart decision.
This is Will's mother.
Oh, Nico. I'm Nico's biggest fan. That's who I am.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Lisa.
You said you're from the West Coast, so like California, West Coast?
Florence, Oregon.
What's up, Nico? Oh, man, he looks like Will. What, is he doing an internet deal?
Yeah, he's doing
Awesome.
So we'll let you do that.
You guys are creative, man. Keep it up. You're giving me hope.
We'll let you get back to your show.
America, adapt and
Go
overcome.
away now, Bill. Okay.
I love it.
It's nice to see you, Nico.
Nice seeing you too, Lisa.
Too silly.
I love that. These difficult times. What are you kind of missing most about the bar?
I definitely miss my interactions with guests because, like, for me, as much as I enjoy cocktails, for me, the reason why I work in the industry is for the hospitality.
I was asked a very interesting question by somebody the other day, which was, what silver lining do you really see coming from all this? I think the thing I'm most proud about is, A, the amount of community that has come about from this. And I think the other thing I'm super proud of and excited is the creativity that I've seen stem out of this industry? How do you do only to go and still be hospitable? Now what are we going to do to go drink? So that's challenging people of how do we serve these to go cocktails in a way that it still tastes good and is still hospitable?
For the industry, it's gonna everybody who enjoyed all the benefits of the industry is going to realize how much that they were probably taking things for granted now that they don't have access to them readily available. And same thing goes for everybody who's working right now to make sure everything's like still going. I feel like everybody's getting the spotlight that they deserve and the recognition. So I just feel like that's one of the best things that's going to come about from this, as well as knowing who you can really count on, just like the affirmation from your friends and your work or your employers that are doing everything that they can to make sure that you get through this and come out on top. Shabu and Salt, putting together farmers markets once a week. Salt been working with Cleveland Staff Meal to provide food for the industry, as well as Ushabu has a farmers market on Saturdays. And they set up timelines for people to show up and when they get a time slot and show up, grab what they need, and get out of there. Let the next person come in.
That's awesome. Is that just for the industry?
As far as I know, it's for service industry.
What's
I've not once heard them turn anyone away. So.
No, I love it. That's great for you guys. It's wonderful.
So like it really has brought the community together as a whole to make sure that we all get through this, and I can't be more appreciative of that. I think people forget how tough Cleveland can be as a city when we come together. Like we get through anything.
It is a blue collar city. It seems like it's a very resilient city to bounce back and do whatever it has to do to survive. And I'm really excited to see Cleveland at the end of this and see how this all turns out. Well, thank you all again for joining. And Nico, we'll talk soon, buddy.
All right. Thank you very much, CJ.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Lindsay. Good night.
Cheers, folks.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe. You could do that with the link right over here. You can also watch all of the Cleveland Happy Hour episodes with the playlist, which I put right up there for you.